Welcome to the 5G podcast.
We're glad you're here.
We hope you enjoy our conversation about God, guns, games, goals, and gastronomy.
Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode.
If anyone wants to, buy us,
It'd be good.
we would sell ourselves
Mm-hmm.
or sponsor us.
Just for a higher production quality, production value, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
I could just, nice camera, 2 nice mics.
Yeah. Just to have fun. Like I said, better content. Anyway.
There it is.
I didn't want to talk about this, Steven, but we must.
It must be done.
It must be done.
Must be done.
Multifaceted topic today. Very complex. The Minecraft movie. Bum, bum, bum.
Dun 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 dun.
In case you haven't heard, Minecraft movie. Well on its way to making $1 billion.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. So, I did watch the Minecraft movie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I told you I wasn't going to spend money on it.
You did?
But you see, I am married. And so sometimes
Sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Yes, exactly. My wife was like, let's watch the Minecraft movie. And I was like, why would I pay money for that? And I think it's because of the spends too much time on the internet. You see all the hype around the Minecraft movie. And so, yeah, my wife saw some of that. You're like, all right. They're doing their own marketing at this point, just TikTok and the internet.
Yeah. And McDonald's.
Yeah. So like it got her, it latched on, and we were kind of bored Thursday. She's like, I want to turn my brain off anyway. I just, had a busy day. I was like, all right, fine. We'll go to the Minecraft movie.
There's a difference between turning your brain off and rotting your brain from the inside out.
I know. I didn't realize this till after I saw the movie. One of the trailers literally said, turn your brain off and enjoy the Minecraft movie. Like,
did it really?
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? You're not supposed to advertise that. That's like an ironic thing that movie reviewers say, movie critics. It's not a good movie, I can honestly say, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
As a Minecraft fan, I guess it's not for me. Who is it for? It's for children, I guess. The positives, the couple of fun Minecraft references are fun. For a fan of the game, I'm like, haha, I get that.
Notch.
Yeah, there were probably a couple highlights. The couple of the times I chuckled or whatever are the most memorable things to me, because there weren't that many. Of this one time it's just off to the side in the middle of an action sequence, there's 2 pandas and they're both eating the bamboo.
That's funny.
And then they get the hearts around them, and then a little baby panda just plops up, and they're like, oh yeah. And they smile and look at the baby panda. I'm like, that's funny, because that's how you make babies in game. You feed them both food, and then it just makes a baby. You're like, that's Minecraft. I got that reference. The second time was maybe when they're falling after an action sequence, and they oh, don't worry, I got a bucket of water, and they throw a bucket of water on the ground, and they don't take any fall damage, and they're fine. And you're like, that's a Minecraft reference. That's funny. And then the rest was just eh. So it wasn't worth it for the little bit of Minecraft references. Because, I don't know, the rest of it, the story was bad. Everything you've heard online from any other movie reviewer will tell you. The story didn't make any sense. The characters were pointless. There was no development. There was no reason for that many characters. It was just slapstick humor. None of the jokes were really that funny. A couple of the ones were Jason Momoa and Jack Black kind of being gay. You're like, okay, that's kind of funny. I can accept that sometimes, but
I heard Jack Black played Jack Black.
Yeah, he played Jack Black, fat black. Hard to say his name. Yeah, that's getting into some of my, I guess, biggest gripes of it's just way overacted the whole thing. Every line was yeah. He was doing his Tenacious D voice of we're gonna Minecraft. His hands were up with every line, and it was we're gonna get the diamonds. Dude, calm down. Every line was like that. So weird. But at some parts it worked. Some parts it was funny that it was over the top. So I don't know how I feel about that, but Jack Black's easiest paycheck. Woo, good for him.
Fair enough.
And again, Jason Momoa was probably the highlight, even though he looked weird from the trailers and he still looks weird. But like, some of his stuff was funny.
He had like bangs.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because he's like a washed out gamer from the 80s.
Oh.
And so that's like, if they'd done more to his character, that probably would have been cool. Of like, I don't know. There's so many different ways they could have taken the storyline. My main point is Minecraft gamers deserved better. This movie is fine, and again, it'll make $1 billion, but like, could have been better. With just like a better script, I think. Better story. There wasn't really anything like creative about the story, which is the point of Minecraft. It's all creativity. The little boy character was like creative, and he was being stifled in the real world. So then he goes to the Minecraft world. And, oh, you can be creative, but he didn't really like do too much. He was kind of just there, and then at the end of the movie, they're like, "I guess we'll go back to the real world." Okay. There's no moral. There was no lesson to be learned. Like, let your creativity run wild, I guess. But in the real world, they'll stifle it. Like, you didn't fix that problem at all. I don't know. There was no like hero's journey. There was no like family relationships or friendships. Not really. Like, I don't know. It was just there. The memes are fun.
Yeah.
Chicken Jockey.
I hated that, Trevor.
we were in the theater on a Thursday, right? I wasn't expecting much. There were a decent amount of kids there. I said to my wife, I'm like, I don't know if I just haven't been to a kids movie in a while. But there's like a lot of kids at the movie theater. I thought the movie theaters were kind of dead.
Yeah.
I was surprised for a Thursday afternoon, the week after it came out.
Yeah.
There's still a lot. And so, yeah, some kids said chicken jockey when the scene came. Well, they weren't throwing popcorn like you see online, but we saw it coming up. We're like, oh no, are the kids gonna do it? And there was at least like a couple kids who were like chicken jockey, and then that was it. It was pretty calm, but memes don't make a movie good, unfortunately.
No, they don't.
So that's it. We deserved better.
I'm surprised that I don't know. There must just be some like rich white women out there that can take their kids to the movies, because like
that's what I'm saying. Like, movie tickets are expensive to take
like,
all your kids.
Can you imagine you got 3 kids plus yourself plus one parent, right? That's $50 in tickets.
Yeah, tickets alone, and then you got to get popcorn for all the little gremlins and sodas and candy and
and popcorn is $3 for a small bag.
Yeah, I understand the turn your brain off argument of like, oh, it's for the kids, I'm the parent, whatever. And then I understand the like, oh, we need to give kids something to do, so I'll happily spend money for that. I've heard that excuse, but like, it's a lot of money just to like keep your kids busy for an hour and a half.
Yeah, for real.
I think there's definitely better options, way cheaper options.
Yeah.
But if your kids are really begging, I want to see the Minecraft movie. It's fine.
I'm about to spend a bunch of money to go to the movies here soon.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 movies that are coming out that I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
There's The Accountant 2,
you talked about.
The Accountant 1, if you haven't seen it, is just a great movie.
Yeah, it's solid.
You've watched it, yeah?
Good action movie, yeah.
It's a good movie.
It's fun.
I'm like looking forward to The Accountant 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's one with Rami Malek. It's not the product. It's the Rookie or something like that.
Trailer for that the other day.
Is it The Rookie?
It's not ringing a bell to me, but
it's something like that.
Some other action movie.
It's a spy action movie, whatever. Yeah. And then I saw that Dead Reckoning Part 2 is coming out in May.
May, yeah, right.
Yeah,
at the peak of this summer movie season.
Yeah.
Or start of the summer movie season.
So I loved the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful this second one is
Trailer for that looks pretty good. It looks like more Mission Impossible planes.
Is it 3 years now?
I think so, yeah.
Or 2 years? 2 years.
2 years. 2023 was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 3 years he did Top Gun in 2022, I think. Was his movie. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta add to the list if you haven't seen any trailers. Warfare looks pretty good.
Oh, the A24 film. Yeah, I did see that.
It's like a shot in real time, like.
Yeah.
uninterrupted. It's like 2 hours of like a military conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah, I did see that.
Looks pretty interesting. I don't know if it's good or not yet, but
We'll see. Just the movies are so expensive.
they are, yeah.
But
It's like if you don't go on the weekends, sometimes movie theaters are better prices.
like Tuesday, I think, is like half price movie tickets or something like that
Yeah.
normally.
And then you gotta usually find some loyalty program to get your popcorn, or you bring your drinks from home. Like,
Yeah, we just got rid of we had the Cinemark loyalty program. We just got rid of it
yeah,
because like we weren't going to the movies, and so
Yeah.
it's like
pointless.
was it $12 a month or $10 a month or
You
whatever
get
it was?
one movie ticket a month, but it only
Yeah.
rolls over so many
Yeah,
months.
so it's like I haven't gone to like the movies in a long time.
Yeah,
It feels like. And no, that's not true. I went to go see Mickey 17.
Mickey 17, right?
And,
yeah, you tell me that.
But before that, I hadn't gone for a year. So
Dang,
like,
wow.
Anyway. But
Yeah.
right now, there's like I'm about to buy at least 6 tickets to movies,
I think, yeah,
most likely.
kind of getting into summer, I guess, and so that's when maybe some better movies are coming out. So
Yeah, but 2023 summer sucked.
yeah.
Was there any good movies that came out last year?
Every time we talk about this, and I think, yeah, last year, I'm like, Godzilla -1. No, that was 2023. It was the best movie of that year. I can't.
2023 had some good movies.
Yeah.
2024 had like nothing.
I don't. Yeah. I'm sure if I thought hard enough, but nothing really changed my life.
Anyway.
Yeah. Good movies coming up then.
Speaking of other movies, this is going to be unless you had another thing you wanted to talk about before I go into my movies. Reacher.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about Reacher.
Yeah. So Reacher season 3, that's all out now, so you can actually watch it. You'd seen season 2 already, right?
Have I finished season 2?
I'll say
I don't know.
season 1 was the best, right? Every season is a separate book,
Yeah.
so they're all contained stories. Season 1 was the best, where he's just in like small town Georgia, uncovering a murder in a crime ring or whatever. Season 2, he's like with his old military buddies.
Yeah.
I didn't love that one as much, only because they ended up kind of overshadowing Reacher a bit too much. And the show is called Reacher. I'm there to watch Alan Richson, 6'4" giant muscly dude, like beat up other muscly dudes, with a cool, compelling plot behind it. And that one was like, it was a little bit too much with his other team. That's fine, I guess. Season 3, I enjoyed more than season 2 because it's back to just Reacher and other supporting characters for this season story.
So what you're saying is that I could watch season 3 without watching season 2?
Yes, absolutely.
I might do that then.
Yep.
Because I did not finish season 2 because I was trying to remember what the finale was, and I was like, I don't remember.
I vaguely
I remember watching like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then being like, nah.
I think they have a recap at the start of season 3, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened in season 2, but none of that was relevant, so I don't know why they had the recap. You can just watch Reacher season 3, and in fact, I would recommend it. Yeah,
Fair enough.
It was good all the way through. It's he's in a different small town, I guess, on the East Coast this time, and he's
wasn't he on the East Coast in season 2?
Actually, I don't even remember where he was in season 2.
I thought he was like in like New York or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
For like a good chunk of it.
Random small town on the coast, specifically. He's working with the DEA into like he's going undercover into this like big crime operation, smuggling, whatever. So he's got to find out what's going on. The DEA has a CI, so there's that got kidnapped or whatever. So he's there to like find a hostage for himself. He's tracking a guy that he used to know back in the military days. So you get some more flashbacks that he thought he killed, but that he's like alive, and he's like, what the? That was maybe the only thing I didn't like. Semi spoilers. He like in the flashback he thought he killed the guy, and then when he comes back to life, he's like, it's because I used a 22. And I'm like, really? They're touting that myth again?
Yeah.
22s don't kill people. You're like, your reasoning should have been you only shot the guy once, right? And then, I thought he was dead. You should have mag dumped. But that was like my one minor gripe. Like, the 22 didn't kill him. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
But no, the rest of the story was good. I enjoyed it a lot. You see, if you've seen any of the trailers, the promotional material,
Yeah.
they found a guy even bigger than Alan Richardson, who's like 7'2". He's this like Dutch bodybuilder that they pulled in to be an antagonist in the show. They have a fight scene at the very end. It's phenomenal. It's like 10, 15 minutes long. It's very well choreographed where it doesn't feel that long, but it does feel epic as the fight scene progresses. A couple different times you think they're both of them are dead, like, but it's good. It's good all the way through. A well done scene. And then he ends up obviously outsmarting the guy who's bigger and stronger than him, because you have to.
Uses a gun.
Right, yeah. Well, that's at the start of the fight. They're like, no weapons. The Dutch guy is like, we do this men to men. And he's like, okay. Earlier in the season, he gets like just backhanded by this giant, and he falls down, and you're like, oh, never seen the protagonist like get beat. He like fell down on the ground.
Yeah.
He's usually bigger than everyone, so they had a lot of fun, I think, with the season. Explored some different things. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it. Reacher, season 3. Worth your time.
Might have to watch that.
Yeah.
Ryan and I, last night for date night or whatever, we first of all, we made root beer floats, except cream soda floats.
Okay, yeah.
And that's just like one of the best like treats.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what it is, but
Americans got something right.
For real.
Root beer, ice cream.
Marry them.
Yeah, perfect.
Anyway, we watched a movie last night called The Killer. It was a 2024 Michael Fassbender movie.
Oh, so this is like recent?
Yeah.
I never heard of this, huh?
I hadn't either, but like I saw like we were like scrolling through like, oh, what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
And like we were like, huh,
I recognize that guy.
this looks pretty okay. And it's pretty okay.
Okay.
Like both of us watched it without getting on our phones.
Okay, all right. Kept your attention. Yeah.
Kept our attention. Ryan, I liked it more than Ryan liked it.
Okay.
But I'm also kind of a fan of.
It's like an action movie.
Yeah, she likes action movies, but this is a slower paced, more like thought out action movie, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of the entire time. The entire narration is he says very few words.
All right.
He narrates the entire movie in his head, though.
Interesting.
So he's talking about like.
Wonder if it's based off a book.
I think it might be.
Yeah, because that's how you would do it in a book.
So like he'd go and like he's gonna go kill someone, right? And he's like, remember the process. Breathe, heart rate. Breathe, bang, and then like he shoots the gun, right?
Okay,
and it's like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like he's not saying that out loud, right? He's just like in his head, right? And he's like, they do some sound stuff with like the music and Ryan hated the music, which I agree. It was just like his favorite band is like the Smiths or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like 80s pop type crap the entire time. It's not music choice horrendous.
That's the only license we could afford. Sorry.
It might have been legitimately might have been. So like
sometimes you wonder that with like soundtrack choices, in movies and stuff.
You're like,
all right.
But I mean, it was fine. It was good. The ending was a little bit anticlimactic.
Oh, bummer.
Like,
I hate that when it's like, the movie's peaking. You're like, this is great, and then the ending's like either plateaus, if not just
it kind of plateaued. Like it was like there was this build up, right? I mean, spoiler-ish alert. It's a revenge story, right?
All right.
Assassin does something. His boss sends assassins to kill him, but he's not home, and so they kill his like. When they in the version, you don't know if it's like his significant other or like a good friend, like a maid servant or whatever, right? And like she ends up in the hospital, and he's like, "I'm going to kill everyone," and so like
John Wick story,
a little bit, and so he goes like on this like revenge story, and it's like it's really good. Like the first time, you're like, "Oh, this is sick," and like you see like all of his like safe houses and like all his storage units with all these like things, and it's like all perfectly meticulous and
I
like
like it.
it's like good.
The setup.
And then at the end, he's like, he has one thing where it's like he's a scene and he's just like, really the there's nothing these people are going to do. They're trying to talk their way out of it. And he's like, nail gun to the chest. And you're like, oh, yeah.
Negotiations
and he's like,
are over.
He's like, in his head, this is my favorite part. He goes, 3 number 10 nails, 68-year-old man, relatively healthy, 180 pounds, should give him 4 minutes before he suffocates. And like the guy just like dies in 30 seconds. He's like, F. In his head.
That's fine. I've done my calculations.
Yeah, he does that the entire time. He's like doing these calculations and like these statistics and things like that, and then like he's like, F. Like, okay. It's not like a trope, right?
Yeah.
That happened, but like a couple times you're like, oh, that's funny that happened.
Well, it's almost again like his character seems like on that. Is that the far end of the bell curve? He's like the psychopath genius.
Yeah.
Like, no emotion, but is a killer, cold, calculating. Yeah, that archetype.
So anyway, he goes through and there's like 3 or 4 of these like people he's going after, right? And then he finds like the main boss, the guy who hired him to do the stuff that he. Anyway, I don't want to like give too many spoilers.
No,
just go watch it.
I'll probably end up watching it.
And then he tracks the guy and like is able to like. It's like this billionaire, obviously, right? Okay. And so like he's like doing his stuff, and it's like, oh, this is cool, like building up to like. So it's like you have like a climax and then like more story and then like another climax and more story and then more, and it's like, and like the story like builds on itself, and then you have like this build up and then it's like, and just like kind of like doesn't, and then he's like, yeah, okay, and then he like flies away to like.
Roll credits.
Yeah, kind of.
Huh.
He's like just like talking to himself still in his brain, and he's like flying back to his like hometown or whatever, or where he lives, and then there's people. It's like, oh,
so like it resolved the conflict, but
yeah, more or less,
right.
But like in kind of a. I didn't love it. I didn't love the ending.
Anticlimactic, yeah.
Yeah, like it resolved. Like everything closed, right? Like there was nothing left to be said, right? But like, I don't know. It just kind of felt unsatisfying, I guess.
Yeah, you just left wanting a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's really okay. Fair enough, I guess. Your choice. You're the one who's the killer. But
safe to assume Michael Fassbender did well.
Oh yeah.
Were there any other like big names, or is just him?
The one of the characters was the what is her name? She's the great wise one from Doctor Strange before Doctor Strange becomes the great wise one.
Yeah,
the super white Supreme. Yeah, sorcerer, the super white chick.
Tilda Swinton.
Yes, she has hair in this one. Though,
okay.
So yeah,
so she's recognizable.
Indeed.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, yeah.
So she's in it. I didn't think there was anyone else that was
2034, huh? I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. I liked it. I liked it more than I liked. I liked it way more than I liked Mickey 17.
Like, the recent movies you've seen.
Yeah, I think.
How does it compare to like?
It's definitely more like it's definitely not a John Wick where there's just egregious, like action. There's some good fight scenes.
Because you said it's a lot of his men.
There's like, don't get me wrong. There's some good fight scenes where you're like, you just took a table leg up the rear. Like,
all right. As compared to then, like, where would you put it on your action movies, your favorite action movies? Is it up? Does it make it to your favorites? Or just like, oh yeah, that was a good one. Like,
it's definitely not. Go away.
Go on. Because like Nobody. It's probably my favorite action movie. I could rewatch that one like every month and be happy.
It's without the ending. I would say it's not quite to Nobody, but like it's up there.
It's good, yeah.
It might not be in my top 10.
Yeah.
But it's definitely in the top 20.
Sure. Okay.
Of like ones that I could like come up with off the top of my head, right?
Yeah.
like
and then the ending just kind
the
of
ending kind of drops it down into like the top 50.
yeah,
right?
it just leaves a little sour taste.
And I'm like, so I would probably say it's in my top 50 favorite action spy killer genre movies,
cool,
right?
Cool.
Very specific.
Yes.
Not sure if there's any more than 50 in that list.
Killer, murder, revenge story.
Yeah. It's definitely not Nobody. It's definitely... And Nobody is nice because it's witty and funny.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few funny scenes in this movie, but it's not meant to be like a comedy, right?
No.
It's meant to be like that. He's like, like he's doing the math. Like, I'm doing my calculations. 3 nails in the chest of a 58-year, however old he is, 180 pounds, like non-smoker, like he should have 7 minutes or whatever it was before he suffocates it in his own blood and just like dies. He's like, F.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of clever.
Yeah.
Funny humor. Sure.
And like, it's really, I did like the character progress because he goes from like this, you see him like sociopath, like no feelings, like I don't care about these people. And then, you see him like, there's this lady pleading for her life, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. And she's like, well, at least don't make me just disappear.
Oh, okay.
My kids need the insurance, like my life insurance money.
Yeah.
And so he just...
Yeah.
She doesn't disappear.
Sure.
She dies, but...
He's at least a respectful killer.
Yeah.
Please.
But like, the way he goes about like doing everything, you're like, oh, this is like very practiced.
Yeah.
All
right. Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
I'll give it a watch. What platform is it on?
Netflix.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy.
Netflix. Also on Netflix. We watched this movie and then we were like, all right, that was good. It's only 9. You want to watch something else?
Yeah.
Like we were like, well, I'm gonna go to bed after this. Like, it's Friday night. So we watched. I don't remember if it was a 2024 or 2025 release. It's called The Residence.
The Residence.
It's a detective comedy.
Okay.
So we had to lighten the mood after all the killing and stuff like that, right? But it's like it reminds me of like a Clue type thing.
Whodunit.
Yeah, it's a whodunit. It's in the White House, and they bring in this character who's just like, she's like, all the acting is pretty great so far. I've enjoyed it. It's there's no like big names in it or anything. Like that. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's a Giancarlo Esposito.
Really?
Yeah.
He's in everything.
He's in it for literally like 7 lines so far.
Just so they can say he's in it. He saves movies and TV shows.
I guess. I don't know what the deal is, but
that's funny.
He's in it, and
that man is in everything.
He really is.
Yeah. Like
The Gentleman. He's like the main guy. Like back. Yeah. Anyway,
he's in video games. Like
it's true.
He's in everything.
He's a good actor, so like I'm not mad about it.
It's not quite to the like Pedro Pascal levels of like, all right, come on, like,
yeah,
you can find anybody else for the role.
Yeah, or The Rock, or Kevin Hart,
right?
Or
whereas like
there's a list of people where it's like, really.
Whereas when they put him in the movie, you're like, oh, okay, I'm like, yeah, all right,
yeah,
it's good. He's a good fit.
Yeah,
he's not forced in.
But the main character, she's like the detective lady, is so far like really. It's not like slapstick comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I don't know. It's not a sitcom.
It's not
right?
a sitcom. That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it's not a sitcom, and it's not like a slapstick comedy with like there's not like jokes being said.
Yeah,
right.
All right.
It's like the things that are happening are just like funny, and like the main character she's a female detective, right? And she's like super into bird watching.
Okay.
And so like when you meet her for the first time, it's like the chief of police, there's like a murder, right?
Yeah.
Chief of police comes, he's like, I've got my best detective coming. And they're like, well, where is she? And he's like, she's on the lawn. And she's like just like looking at birds.
Bird watching.
They're like, what is she doing? He's like, she's really into bird watching. They're like, is she gonna come in here? It's like, yeah, she'll be in here. They're like, when? And like 5 minutes later she comes in, and they're like, it's just like very
Yeah,
funny,
alright.
right? It's like this is just silly. Like it's funny,
Silly.
and she's like a little bit. The way she says stuff is like very matter of fact, but like her delivery was just perfect, and so yeah, I don't know. She'll just be like talking about someone will say. So there's this one part where she's interviewing this old lady
Suspect.
who was asleep when the murder happened, but like woke up. She's the one who found the body, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, what were you doing?" She's like, "I was watching TV." Okay, what were you watching? You think it's porn? No, what? I don't
No,
think
did you
it's.
say that?
Why would I think that? And then like something else happens. She's like, "Now I'm wondering what type of porn you watch." And it's very funny. I enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a fun like sit with the wife after dinner and watch an hour-long episode of, it's like 50 minutes per episode or something like that. So it's
Okay.
probably worth it.
Yeah, give it a try.
I only think there's one season, but
Sure, yeah.
I hadn't heard any fanfare about it, but we saw it. We were like, oh, this looks kind of good. Like
get some decent laughs out of you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Nice.
So anyway,
Good to turn your brain off.
no, it's not to turn
No,
your brain
yeah.
off because you're trying to figure. That's the nice thing about these like who's done it things, right?
Yeah.
It's like
If there's enough of a plot to keep you engaged, yeah. Funny how that works when you write good.
yeah. I don't mind it so far.
Cool. All right.
So recommend so far from Steven on that
Positive.
one. The Residence.
The Residence, also on Netflix. Residence as in a place.
A
to
place of
reside.
residence, yeah.
Not multiple people who reside there.
Correct.
Residence.
There is a little bit of, I will say, my one gripe-ish, my one, how do I want to say this, apprehension about it is that
You're not done with it.
I'm not done. Is that there's been some political, I mean, it's in the White House, right? So, like, there's been some political undertones, but, like, I think they've done it, it's not, I can't tell who it's supposed to be.
Okay, yeah.
I can't tell if it's supposed to be Biden or Trump. It's one of those two.
Sure.
But it's Biden or Trump.
Man. All right. I
Also, yeah.
See what you're saying of like how that could be. Come on.
Yeah.
A little cringe.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not like it's
Yeah.
not enough where it's like, oh, this guy is obviously,
Yeah.
like Mark Ruffalo in
The
Mickey 17.
Yeah. Like
It's not anywhere close to that level of
20 years ago when we put like politics into media, it was pretty generic and it was kind of funny of like, oh, either side can make fun of it. Or if it's just like, yes, government inefficiency, like haha, anyone can laugh at these jokes.
government sucks.
And then it just it feels lately it's been very like partisan. Like,
yeah.
It's not clever, like
Yeah, I agree.
so all right. So it's a little disclaimer, but maybe it's all right.
Yeah, so far I don't have any problems with what they've done so far.
Yeah.
Right? But I noticed it,
Yeah.
and I didn't mind it in the moment, but like thinking back, I'm like, I really hope they don't screw this up
I'm
with
watching
that aspect.
just a side comment. I wasn't planning on talking about it. I'm watching Jack Ryan right now. If you know that one, another book series on Amazon Prime, but with John Krasinski.
Do they have another season out? Oh,
I think season 3 or 4 just came out, and I'm watching to like catch up. I have never seen the show, so I'm on season 2 right now. And again, I think each season is a contained story. But the moral of or the plot of this season is they're in Venezuela, and it's fictional, right? Historical or current historical fiction, but it's just kind of funny because they're like, there's this government corruption going on, and they like. Instead of, like I said, 20 years ago, just making it general, like, there is corruption from the current president. Instead, they're like, yes, the president who is right-wing. And they've said that a couple times, like, the right-wing president is corrupt. And then, yes, and the left-wing, the Labor Party, she's running for president. She's great. She's fantastic. She can do no harm. Like, she's perfect. She's clearly the best, good, most best person. But the president right now, he's bad because he's right wing. I was like, you could have just kept that generic, like because it's already fantasy Venezuela anyway. You didn't even need to use the names of the parties or say what wing.
Yeah.
It's for the TV show. I don't know anything about their party platforms. It's fake. It's not the real world. Like you could just yes, the president is corrupt. and the
Opposition is not.
the opposition is not. She's trying to run for president against his corruption. Cool. Like, that's it. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't need to actually know their campaigns in fake Venezuela. So that's like hasn't detracted enough from the story yet, but also I'm not done with the season. So I don't know.
I watched season 1 of that show. Season 1 was very good. I
Yeah,
don't remember if I
season one
watched season 2.
My dad said it like kind of started to decline a little bit. I think he saw through 2 and 3. So I think 4 just came out.
Gotcha.
I had our buddy Colin recommend it to me. So
Oh.
I'm trying to get caught up.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay. I don't hate the story so far, and I like John Krasinski. I think he's a good actor. So
Fair enough.
I would prefer it if he'd bring his wife into the show as well. But that's.
You got the hots for
I'm a fan of Emily Blunt. Yeah, she's probably
it's the
my favorite Hollywood.
Tomorrow War that got you, isn't it?
You mean Edge of Tomorrow?
Yes, sorry. Tomorrow War is the Chris Pratt.
Is the Chris Pratt?
Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably.
Very similar movies now that I think about it.
Yeah, similar-ish actually. One was Future, the other was Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Like similar-ish. Yeah, Emily Blunt. I'll watch anything she's in. So. I've seen some like weird like low budget stuff too. It's like better fun.
Have you seen the what is it called? There's a movie coming out with what's the guy's name? He plays the antagonist in the first Black Panther. Michael.
Oh yeah. And he was in.
He plays Creed.
Yeah, I was about to say he's in. I was gonna say he's in Creed. I'm like, no, he is Creed.
Shoot, what is his name? It's Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Jesus Louise.
Yes, I was like Michael.
They've got that movie coming out with him. Have you seen that American? What is it called?
So
is it like
trailers
American
or nothing? I haven't.
Sinners.
Oh yeah, actually, I did see
It's like a vampire looking.
It's like
thing, with
historical-
American South vampire.
Yeah, historical drama. Vampire zombie.
I don't know what's going on. Like I see the ad and I'm like, this is like 7 movies in one. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know, 1880s South.
It feels. I don't know when. Like I don't even know when it is. It could be like 2007 and like.
They're at least wearing like suspenders. I don't know.
And
then they're like zombies, but they're talking and they're like.
But they're vampires too, aren't they? Like I thought they were.
They're racist. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw the ads and I was like, "What the heck?" But I was gonna say, you watch any Emily Blunt movie?
Is she in it?
No, but I told Ryan last night. I was like, we were talking about movies, and she's like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, I want to go see The Accountant and the other one with Rami Malek or whatever."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What about the Sinners movie?" And I go, "I don't know if I want to go watch it, but like, I'll pretty much watch." I find what's her name? Shoot, the girl in it.
Okay.
I'm so bad at names. She's a very popular actress. She's the one who was Hawkeye's sidekick in the Hawkeye TV show.
I know her character's name.
Son of a gun. How can I not remember it? I'm very bad at this, apparently.
Yeah, that's fine.
It took me like 5 minutes last night to remember her name as well. But I find
her.
Yes. She's a very attractive human being.
Yeah, she's young, up and coming actress. She's pretty good.
I don't think she's that young.
Really? I haven't seen her in too many things, but I feel like I could be wrong.
We gotta figure out.
Haley?
No.
No.
No. Cast. Oh yeah, Haley.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. How old is she? She's 28.
Oh, yeah. That's
Movies and
pretty
shows.
young, I guess.
She's been in a lot.
Wasn't she?
She played one of the characters in Arcane.
Yeah. That's surprising.
She's in all of the Pitch Perfects. She was in Hawkeye. She was in Bumblebee, Spider-Man Across the
I was
Spider-Verse.
about to say she was Spider-Gwen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's probably where I first heard her.
Wait, Avengers Doomsday. That's
Coming
2026. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you did. Robert Downey Jr. goes, "I am Doctor Doom," and everybody loses their mind. That's at the Comic-Con earlier this year or whatever.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a...
Doomsday. That's their next Infinity War.
I didn't realize that was... I thought that was a separate Doctor Doom. I didn't realize that was the Avengers.
Yeah.
They can't have the Avengers without Iron Man. Iron Man is the Avengers.
They're going to do a multiverse thing where Iron Man in another universe turned into Doctor Doom. And then they pull in an Iron Man from another universe? I don't know.
I won't want that.
Yeah, no. I'm basically content to not give Disney any more money at this point. Like, nah, you're done.
What was the last superhero movie I saw?
Superhero movie?
I think it...
Like that I paid money for, or that I just watched on streaming? Because
either.
Because I rewatched all the X-Men movies.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
I mean new.
Yeah, like the new release.
Might have been Spider-Man the Multiverse bullcrap thing.
Oh yeah, the No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Way
Which
Home.
was the worst superhero movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was just like, look, Spider-Man. You like Spider-Man?
I would watch any other superhero movie 10 times before I watched that movie again.
Yeah, I had no desire to rewatch that one again. Speaking of superhero movies, this last week I rewatched the original Spider-Man 3 and 2, right, with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Those are good movies. They still hold up.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're phenomenal. Like, the story is good. Even the special effects are decent.
Does he fight the Sandman in the second
is
one?
3, yeah.
It's
Sandman
3.
and Venom. They did do the Venom story, kind of weird, but no. They attempted to do Sinister 6, but not really. There was just Sinister 3, because Hobgoblin was also in that. It was Harry as Green Goblin's kid. But the Spider-Man No Way Home tried to do Sinister 6, and it was really weird. It didn't work at all.
Well, they were just friends the entire time.
They were friends until they decided to not be friends, and now we're the Sinister 5, because I think they were missing somebody anyway. It was weird. I don't know. Sinister 6 is a really good storyline in the Spider-Man comics, or the most recent Spider-Man video game does it really well, because you actually get to see a bit more of them turning, especially with Doc Ock. Spider-Man is friends with him, and then so when he turns evil, it's a lot more tragic. That's my complaint about maybe Spider-Man 2 is that's not as tragic when he fights Doc Ock in the second movie, but the video game does it really well. So anyway, those movies, I think they're great. They're phenomenal. The special effects are pretty good. I think in both of them they have the whole fight scene choreographed in midair. It's pretty good. The one he's fighting Doc Ock and they're tumbling off the side of a building, and number 3 he's fighting Hobgoblin tumbling through New York. That looks fine. It's not bad. Good Spider-Man movies. They hold up.
Yeah.
I've rewatched those more than No Way Home.
I thought No Way Home was a trash movie.
Yeah.
I thought The Eternals was better than No Way Home.
That's saying something.
But I also thought The Eternals was better than a lot of the recent stuff. I thought Eternals was better than Thor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, that's all just trash tier for me anyway. It's I can't sift through the trash. Which trash do I like better? And to me, I'm I don't even rank them.
I mean, I would say The Eternals is a banana where you're I could eat that.
It's starting to go.
You're I don't know if I want to eat that, but if I was hungry or just
Yeah.
needed a quick snack, I could eat that.
Have you ever rewatched that one since, or no?
Once. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't, but yeah, I haven't. There's no way Thor was the last superhero movie. No, I guess it was No Way Home for me too. Yeah.
Because I didn't watch the Brie Larson one or
Oh no.
the Spider-Man one, Spider-Girls one.
The what now?
Madam Web.
Oh, Madam Web. The Spider Girls.
That's what it was.
Yeah. The
Or the
was last year, was that the second animated Spider-Man one? That one was pretty good. The Across the Spider-Verse?
No, they've only done one animated Spider-Man
No, they've
one.
done 2.
What?
Yeah, they're gearing up for the 3rd one, I think, next year.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first one had the Spider Pig and Noir Spider-Man and
Yeah.
Penny. And then in the second one, he meets the multiverse of Spider-Man. There's like hundreds of Spider-Man in that one.
I thought that was all one movie.
No, that's two separate movies. Yeah, because that one has like Indian Spider-Man. Trying to think. Oh, there's punk rock Spider-Man.
Wait, in the first one,
Yeah. First one is more about his uncle. Forget his name. He turns into a bad guy. The second one is about the like lead Spider-Man who's like kind of a cruel guy, but he's trying to like let the Spider-Man multiverse happen, and our protagonist thinks that's like rude or something. I didn't love that motivation, but at least I could understand his character. He's like, no, this is a character-defining moment. You have to let the Spider-Man lose his uncle. And he's like, well, that's dumb. If you can step in and save his uncle, timeline.
yeah, huh? Apparently, I need to go rewatch those.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't love any movies with like timeline shenanigans, though.
Well,
Multiverse shenanigans.
to be fair, the comics have been doing it for decades.
I know.
Comics did it first, and then these days nobody
Which, like,
does it right.
I understand that, right?
Yeah.
But like, just for me, it's like I just don't.
The multiverse. I'm okay with like, why not just do different universes? That's cool.
Yeah, like I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I
like just space
they
sci-fi.
kind of have done that where it's like there's X-Men, and technically the X-Men exist inside of this universe, but like they're separate problems.
Yeah.
Like in the X-Men movies, when Apocalypto is doing his thing, like that's an Avengers level threat.
Yeah.
Like technically they should have gone, but like they didn't, because guess what? Different stories, same world, but like we don't need to have. I don't know. Just
But then the multiverse of like, what if the two of you are doing the same thing?
It's just silly.
Yeah, I didn't love. Again, it's a comic book, but I didn't love the latest season of Invincible because they did some of that. And I don't know. It felt like they didn't build it up enough.
Yeah.
So it just felt kind of half-assed. I think that's what you're getting at. Like,
it just feels like cheat. Like there's no story. It's like the storyline is the multiverse stuff, and like like once it's been done once, if it's done once well, it's like okay, that was okay, fine, whatever. But like once it's done like 7 times and the story is the exact same, where it's some random character from a different dimension came here, and then guess what? We have to figure out how to send them back.
What if the protagonist was evil? He's evil in another universe, and then he fights himself.
Exactly, and then the good guy wins.
Mm-hmm. Which, when you
because
look at
he's good,
that's how a lot of superhero movies go. Like, all of their origin stories are like fights a villain with vaguely similar powers to themselves. So now we've just transferred from like fights a villain who's literally themselves.
Yes,
like Captain America, Iron Man, like all of those origin stories, they fight villains that are just identical to them,
or the opposite of them.
Yeah.
Like Captain America fights a Nazi,
but he's like strong physically, and
yeah.
Hulk fights
Red Hulk.
Woo. You're like, yeah. Right.
Spider-Man doesn't fight the opposite of himself.
No,
most of them.
Not necessarily, because he has a ton of villains. He's good. It's pretty good.
Iron Man fights Iron Man, and then Iron Man, and then Electric Iron Man.
Mini Iron Mans. Yeah. You like
Thor.
Who did he fight in the first movie?
Loki. No, that's not right.
No.
Thor in the first movie fights
the giant metal robot.
But that's not it. The Frost Giants.
Does he ever actually fight them? I don't think that was a very good movie. Huh.
Because, so he fights them at the beginning. His dad gets mad at him, sends him to Earth. He loses the hammer, finds Jane Foster, or whatever her name was. Natalie Portman.
Right.
Also a celebrity crush. Even though she's like way older than me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize that the other day. In my brain, she's still like 27.
From Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my brain, she's still Padme.
Yeah.
But like she's actually like 45 now.
Yeah.
So like... I mean, that's only 17 years older than me, I guess, but like
still,
also
really.
that's 17 years older than me.
Mm-hmm. What else? And then a giant robot comes to Earth.
He does all the stuff there, smashes a coffee cup, fights a giant robot.
Dude, I do not remember the rest of that movie.
Goes back to
Heimdall shows up at some point, I think. I don't know.
I remember number 2 better than I remember number 1.
Oh, see, I remember not knowing anything about number 2, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that.
Yeah, number 2 was...
I knew that wasn't a good movie.
Why didn't we all get super excited for Thor 3 when it came out? Ragnarok.
I'd like to go back to that time.
Because 2 was not an amazing movie.
Were we only excited after it came out and people had seen it, and then it spread of like, hey, this is actually really good. It's very different.
I remember going to go see Thor Ragnarok in the theater and being like excited.
Oh, okay. I was in Argentina, but...
Because it was...
So that's, when I came home and I
It was 2018 when it came out, right?
Yeah, pretty sure. All of my family had seen it, and they're like, you gotta watch this movie. It's great. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And it was good.
Yeah, and Ragnarok was like a good movie.
Yeah. It's very, very good. Thor 1 in my head was good, but we just stumbled across this in live time.
That I don't know if I could recall. Iron Man 1, you can do all the story.
Absolutely,
and that's 10 years earlier than Thor?
Yeah, probably every scene. Maybe like Iron Man 1 was 2008. First Avengers was 2012. So the first Thor would have been like 2010, 2011. Because they had first Thor before Avengers 1. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk.
2011 was Thor.
Yeah, and then Avengers.
2008 was Iron Man.
Yep. Yeah, because they did Iron Man and Hulk in 2008. They weren't sure like what was going to do, and Iron Man did better, and then Edward Norton left because of creative differences. So they're like, oh, good,
which is such a tragedy.
We'll use Iron Man as our lead for the Avengers anyway. So.
Which worked out well, I think.
Yeah.
That character is a better leader than the Hulk would be.
Yeah. Sometimes in the comics, like, Bruce Banner is a pretty good leader, but...
Yeah, but you can't have freaking Mark Ruffalo being
No, exactly. And I would have loved Edward Norton as Hulk. He did so good in that movie, but we'll never get it again. So, but yeah, Thor was not a good movie, apparently, or at least not that memorable. He gets the hammer, he fights.
No, they're trying to steal something from the vault on Isengard. Asgard, yeah. Because Loki finds out he's a frost giant.
Yes. So he's trying to get the Tesseract.
The Tesseract! No, the Tesseract. Yeah.
I think it's the Tesseract.
No, that's the first Avengers. They walk past the Tesseract.
Yeah. Well, Captain America's like, hey, I know that. It's the Nazis.
No, that's right. I forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
I forgot that there was like a MacGuffin for like 6 movies.
Yeah.
And they just forgot about it.
It was a phase 1 of the Marvel cinematic.
Was the Tesseract was the MacGuffin.
Yeah. It was before we even really knew about Infinity Stones.
I don't even know. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll have to go rewatch that because, man.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Yeah.
My sister could tell you everything about it.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth fan.
Well, she's a Marvel super fan.
Oh, okay.
She sees everything that Marvel produces.
Even these days?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, because like it's all Disney Plus stuff now, and
I don't know what the last thing she saw was.
Yeah. Again, I don't. Well, yeah. Why give Disney your money now? Like they're done. They've ruined it. Not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, but that's kind of like same thing goes for like every good IP that existed when we were kids, and even the ones that did. Like, if you think about like all the classic fandom IPs, right?
Yeah.
You've got Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Marvel Universe, DC Universe,
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
A little bit newer,
but I mean, still, 1990s, right?
Yeah.
But all of those have just gone down the crapper. You know?
Yeah. You just forget about it. You just hold on to your good memories. Like, yeah,
I guess.
Nice.
I saw a super funny post the other day. It was a TikTok,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, has anyone ever noticed that all of the non-binary folk look like Harry Potter, look like Daniel Radcliffe throughout the movies? Yeah.
Huh.
And she like pulls up a bunch of
It's like a
pictures, and it's
haircut,
just
so, like,
every single one of them. Every single one of them looks like Daniel Radcliffe.
it's kind of funny.
It's hilarious.
Daniel
Hilarious. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It is.
But if you think about like all these different fandoms, it's like Star Wars down the crapper with Disney,
Yeah.
Marvel down the crapper with Disney, Doctor Who down the crapper since 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's just the BBC. They've always had it. They just changed.
Yeah. Star Trek, I've heard. I don't watch any Star
I'm
Trek.
not a huge fan, but I've heard the new stuff is just
Slop.
yeah.
Harry Potter, like the only thing that holds up are like the six books.
Yeah, right.
Like nowadays, it's like the 6 books and then like 5 of the movies.
I'd say like 4 or 5 of the movies.
Ryan and I recently rewatched those.
Oh yeah.
Like the movies kind of suck.
Yeah.
Like
they don't hold up super well.
not like the first one's okay.
Okay.
The second one's okay. The third one's
I
okay.
remember really liking the third movie when I was
But, like,
younger.
The 5th and 6th and 7th are just like
Oh yeah.
ugh, like
I don't have as many
and
memories
8th
of
because
those.
I guess there's eight movies.
2 parts.
Also, the 7th, I don't know if I've ever hashed this out on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard my opinion of this previously.
Yeah, maybe.
But the 7th book is probably the worst work of literature in the world.
Again, I don't know if we've done this on the podcast, but yeah, I've never finished the 7th book.
You can you can remove 75% of the book and have 100% of the same story.
I've gotten maybe 100 pages through, like a couple different times I've tried it, but I can never even make it to the part that my dad says is the worst. He compares it to the Bible. He's like, yeah, and then they wander around in the wilderness for 40
there's
years.
literally them wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years, and that's 75% of the book.
And I'm like, I can't even make it to that part. It's
No,
so boring.
It's like reading Leviticus. Like, I'd rather read Leviticus than read that again.
Then read Harry Potter 7.
I'm pretty sure, like, when I read it as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I would look at the chapter and just be like, nah, can skip that one.
Skim. All right, I'm done.
No, not skim, skip. Completely just like, chapter 33. We were wandering in the desert still. Okay, chapter 70. Here we go. Wandering in the desert. Okay, 83. No, like, literally, I'm pretty positive that if you removed 75% of that book, the story would remain the same.
Yeah, it's wild. So I heard. I haven't corroborated this, but yeah, she just got a little too big for her britches.
It's for character development.
Stopped listening to her editor by book 7 because a couple movies had already come out. The books were like international bestsellers.
Yeah, it was super big success.
You stopped listening to your editor, so
yeah,
you're like, I write good.
The first book is great.
Yeah.
The first book, the second book is good.
Very succinct and to the point. Like,
third book is pretty okay.
They tell good stories.
You know, third book is not my favorite, but like it introduces like Sirius Black as like a character. Mm-hmm. That's the only book where they don't fight against
Voldemort,
right?
Shape,
yeah.
That's funny because it is actually the one I like. I think maybe because I like Sirius Black or
and like
the werewolf. I like that.
Yeah. So like I like number 3 is a good book, and like it sets up the rest of the series, and like the Triwizard Tournament number 4 is good, but like none of them are like horrendous books, horrendous stories. Mm-hmm. Number 7, that book,
horrendous,
is horrible.
Yeah,
and the movie they did it in 2 parts, and it's like, okay, like what are we doing here? I mean, money grab, right? Like, for sure. Just like The Hobbit was 3 movies instead of 1.
Goodness, a 300-page book into 3 movies.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I wish they had done that for all 3 of the other books as well. I wish there was
that would have made more sense.
I wish there was 12 Tolkien movies.
Yeah. Just more Lord of the Rings.
I wish there was 3 for The Hobbit, 3 for the Fellowship of the Rings, 3 for the Two Towers, and 3 for
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Yeah, that would have been good. Extended edition is good, but it's like it's not quite there.
Or maybe just 2 for each one.
Yeah, 3 might have been like too much.
2 3-hour movies for each one.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good.
That would have.
I mean, you can almost read the book in 6 hours.
Well, depending on how some of the language, I don't know, those Tom Bombadil poems, you're like, Can't get through this.
Does anyone actually read those? Like, when you see that poem, you're like, alrighty.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, something about Tom.
And then he starts sharing his shrooms with the hobbits. Okay.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we're good here.
Acid trip. All right, we're done.
There's some skippable aspects of those books.
All right, they didn't need to put him in the movie. That was a smart choice.
Yeah, I concur.
But if they'd split it each into 2 movies, yeah, they probably would have done everything, every little bit from the books. It would have been pretty good. Pretty good. Can you imagine if we just like had more Lord of the Rings content? Man, it's a shame that like it ended with The Hobbit. You know, and we just never got any more. They haven't ruined that IP yet. Beloved IP from our childhood.
Technically, they haven't.
Technically,
Because guess what?
it's not canon.
It's not canon.
Yeah, the Rings of Power.
It's just in the universe, but like
Just
adjacent to it.
very expensive fan fiction.
It legitimately though, because it's not based on any works of Tolkien.
No, yeah, and even like Tolkien's grandson, who like owns the IP, doesn't care, so he's just like, oh, whatever. Like, not that he has the final say on what's canon or not.
I would love to have like
Technically he
3
does.
movies of the Silmarillion.
Yeah, dude, that'd be good. Like, that's no brainer. A prequel to Lord of the Rings, be insane.
And just, I was gonna say Peter Jackson could do it, but like he's
He's kind of gone off the deep end, but
yeah, but like a really good actor or a director coming in and doing that, like
yeah, that'd be great. Beloved IPs.
yeah.
But these days, I don't give anyone my IPs. I saw what you did to Borderlands.
For real.
I saw what you did to Minecraft. Again, you didn't kill that, but
But bastardized it.
I deserve better. Same with Borderlands. I deserve better.
Well, Borderlands was just an affront to humanity.
That's that. Again, this is how I rate this on the podcast. Borderlands, I almost walked out of that theater. So that is now like my new low. Minecraft, I at least didn't like threaten to walk out of the theater. All right, take it with a grain of salt. Bastardized my IP, but didn't destroy it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's like, yeah, no, I don't trust people with your beloved IPs anymore.
I don't know if there's any studio. I guess A24 would be like the studio I would trust with an IP.
Yeah.
They seem to do decent stuff.
What have they done recently?
They do a lot of scary movies or like
Let's
stuff
say-
like that. That's most of their stuff. They do weird stuff, but they're doing this warfare movie.
Oh, yeah.
So like if they do that well, then like
It's good.
you know, I don't know. I think A24 also did or helped with Sisu.
Okay. I'll have to look them up, yeah. Sure,
Which-
they wrote some other stuff.
Sisu, you still need to watch that
I
movie.
still can't believe that. All right, Dude's Night.
We have.
So, yeah, I can't believe I haven't seen the movie yet. Maybe it's like not on a free streaming service. It's not easy for me to access.
I think you have to rent it on Amazon or
Amazon,
something
yeah.
like that. I don't know.
Rose Night. I'll watch a movie.
I'm surprised it's not on a free service because it was not a.
We can do double header. We can do Sisu and Nobody.
There you go.
Yeah. Just because I can never get enough of that.
5 hours of.
Yeah. Or we'll rewatch The Accountant, I guess, for Accountant 2 coming out.
Ooh.
Pretty good idea.
Watch Sisu and then The Accountant to finish it out and
No,
call it
that-
good. And
I like it.
5 hours of people killing people.
Just action.
Yeah.
Nice. Quick topic before our card of the week, because we're almost out of time. I don't know if you heard, they sent the Pinkertons to Brazil.
I did not hear this.
Magic the Gathering or Wizards of the Coast, right? They accidentally sent some Final Fantasy product.
Oops.
Oops to Brazil, which is hilarious. They don't even print cards in Portuguese anymore. How do they accidentally
I don't. Yeah.
take some English cards, send them to Brazil? And so some distributors in Brazil were like, we got these. And I think they like fessed up, and as far as I can tell from the story, they're like, what do you want us to do with them? But I think not all the distributors were as trustworthy because there were some leaks. No, actually, some of the leaks were in Spanish, so I think that's unrelated. They were leaks somewhere else. Like they sent them somewhere else besides Brazil. In either case, I think they probably maybe didn't officially send the Pinkertons, but Wizards of the Coast still employs Pinkertons to protect IP law.
That's very funny.
So it wouldn't surprise me that they sent them down to Brazil to get the Final Fantasy cards before they're officially released.
Or Os Pinkertons.
Yeah. Pinkertons. So that's funny. I was trying to find more info, like any update on that this week, but yeah, nothing new. So
I don't know how, like, just... It feels like you could avoid doing that.
The cards don't come out for like 2 months or something, like 3 months. How do you accidentally send that on a plane, like, or a boat or whatever? Like,
And, like, it wasn't just, like, one box that someone snuck out of the factory. It was, like, crates.
yeah, it was crates of, I think, specifically the starter kits or whatever. Like one specific product. It wasn't their whole product lineup, but enough for them to notice.
Yeah.
So I think the official statement was like, please ship them back to us and we'll eat the cost of shipping or whatever. Like, just don't do anything with them. Don't open them. I'm telling you.
I mean, if I'm a distributor and I'm getting that, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm just going to hold on to this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sent me 7 crates. I only found 6. Sorry.
For real. Well, but also just like in terms of like, hey, I'm going to buy these from you anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just going to hold on to them early.
I'm going to like stick with the embargo that normally exists.
Uh-huh.
So like,
you sent them to me, like it's kind of your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Card of the week. Got a good one this week. Haven't played Magic in a while, but I have been looking at people are right with the unbannings last week. People are building new combo decks around that goofy card I explained last week that's just blue mana.
Yeah.
It's just a ritual effect, so people are like, what do we do if we have lots of mana combos?
Fair enough.
So I found there was a couple cool cards I hadn't seen before. I might save this one out instead of making it a twofer. You know, they're similar-ish. I'll do this one because I'd actually never seen it before. And it's pretty good. Not just in Pauper. I think this has a home in Commander, but maybe it's too specific. But it's a 1 blue mana called Envelop. It's an instant, and it's just counter target sorcery spell. No downside. 1 mana.
That's not bad.
It's a really old card. I don't think it's ever been reprinted.
Legal in Pauper and Commander.
Legal in Pauper, yeah, it's a common. And it's the art is just like weird, mystic, arcane. I mean, it's fine, but it's like 1990s Magic art. It's like
1 mana counter target sorcery.
I was thinking like in Commander, there's a lot of like game-winning spells that are sorceries. Like you don't think about. Most of the time, you'd want to counter a sorcery anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's worth the slot in your 100 cards, personally. But for 1 mana, like relatively unconditional counterspell, pretty good.
I mean, there's a lot of counters. There's a lot of sorceries that are like definitely game winning.
Yeah. That are worth countering for 1 mana. There's a big difference between having up your like 3 mana counterspell that can counter anything, but like that's 3 mana you're wasting if you don't use it. Whereas that just 1 mana. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Safe. So Envelop.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd never seen that card before. But it makes sense. Simple.
Fair enough.
That's what I got for you.
Very nice. Well, we finished. We filled the time.
We did it. We found a way.
We always find a way.
Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Finds a way.
What is that from?
Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's right.
That's,
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's character.
Yep.
Life
finds a way. My favorite part of that movie is when he gets eaten.
Yeah.
Chomped by the T-Rex in the toilet.
In the toilet. As a kid, iconic scene.
Yeah. It's a very funny scene.
I'm scared of porta potties for the rest of my life.
Because, I don't know, there's like a non-zero chance that a T-Rex comes and eats me out of the porta potty now.
Do you think that guy thought he was going to get eaten by a T-Rex when he went into the porta potty? No.
He was definitely running away from the T-Rex that was chasing him, though, so like...
But I will be safe in the porta potty. That's what you assume.
There it is, Trevor.
See ya.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of the 5G Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.